Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are going to be unboxing the newly released NG Models 1-400 Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the special Toontown livery. Always fun adding a different special livery to the collection as they are unique and a little bit different, of course, from your typical standard livery models. But as you can see, we're just going to go through the box rather quickly and then we will get to the actual model itself. But as usual, NG Models does a really nice job on the box art, kind of like video games like Nintendo. Nintendo does a phenomenal job on their first party box art for their video games, but NG is kind of similar. They do really nice designs and everything, but there's all the sides of the box. We'll go ahead and pop the flap and get this guy. There's your, forgot about this, I didn't even, so yeah, you have this right here, and this is actually really cool. I didn't know this was in the box. I opened it once just to make sure everything was okay. But this little certificate, Toontown, is actually pretty neat. I was not expecting that. So nice little touch to have that in the box. So, and you have your model sitting there nicely. Looks good. We'll go ahead and pop this guy out. You know, these liveries are pretty cool. You know, they don't keep them permanently necessarily, but they typically have them. I think this was introduced in late 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But they kind of rotate their liveries, so they're not, you won't always see this particular one, but at least for the time being, he'll still be around. So we'll take a closer look in the second part of the video, but just initial impressions on this particular model. It looks really, really nice, and we will of course check it out more in a moment. So first up, we'll start with the nose of the aircraft, which has the Mickey Mouse ears, followed by the Follow Us to Disneyland. That is kind of their little advertisement promotion to kind of promote Disneyland and this special livery and tie everything in together. So very nice and well done there. Going to the entry point of the aircraft, you'll see the One World logo, followed by all of the details that are on the door as well. The beautiful fuselage color of that sky bluish color with some clouds look really nice. Great details on the engine. Color looks amazing. Going to the center of the aircraft where your two emergency exits are, you'll see the Toontown is posted up there along with the beautiful colors of the livery itself. Not really noticing any issues with the colors or any paint smearing, if that kind of makes sense. It all looks really nice and detailed. Going to the inner winglet of the aircraft, I won't zoom in anymore because usually the camera will freak out once we're trying to focus on some smaller detail items, so we'll just keep it here. But very nicely done, of course. Transitioning to the back side of the aircraft, you will see again, I know we kind of covered the Toontown wording. You have your TV/Wi-Fi satellite dome, and then you have your characters on the back side of the aircraft. Really, coloring wise, the only thing I'm kind of seeing that's a little nitpicky is my guy looks a little like he's choking. His skin tone looks a little like he's choking on something, but otherwise it still looks really nice. I'm not going to get too caught up on that, but just something to note now that I'm having, you know, kind of looking at it a little bit more closely. But otherwise it's just really nice looking aircraft. So I'll kind of move it a little bit so we can kind of see more of the details. But it's really fun that Alaska does these. I mean, I always will pick up Alaska models. I've always been obsessed with this particular airline over the years, so I usually will always try to pick up their models. And I will flip it over a little bit so you can see the landing gears. You'll have the exterior portion of that rim is colored green, which looks really nice. And then going to the belly of the aircraft, everything looks really nice there. Again, they did a really nice job on this livery. I mean, it's always, to me, it always seems like it's difficult doing special livery just because there's a lot of different things going on. It's not just your standard white fuselage and a logo, things of that nature, right? Like there's a lot more going into it than just that. But as always with the NG model stuff lately, I'm still been very impressed with their level of detail. It's actually been a little bit since I've purchased an NG model, so this is actually the first one I've gotten in quite some time. But anyways, that was the NG Models 1-400 Alaska Airlines 737-800 in the Toontown special livery. Thank you guys for stopping by and checking out today's video, and I will see you in the next one.